Alright guys, this is GameboyLuke here, and today I have something really special for you guys. And as you can probably tell from the title, you can probably guess that we're going to be speculating and potentially theorizing about something in particular. Now with Halloween just around the corner, and you know, Rotom being my favourite Pokemon, it's not completely obvious. It makes sense that this theory is going to be dedicated to the little guy. I've teamed up with Pokemon theorist BirdKeeperToby to make not one, but two theory videos for you guys today. The first one is on this channel, of course, you're watching it right now, and the second one will be on BirdKeeperToby's channel, which you should totally go check out, linked in the description below.
Hey Pokemon Masters, 8-bit bros, BirdKeeperToby here, and I love making Pokemon theories. I love coming up with little connections in the Pokemon world that maybe the audience didn't catch the first time around. Recently, I've noticed an odd connection while investigating the Pokemon Rotom, and how it may have originally intended to have been a legendary Pokemon. And let's just jump straight into this theory. There is a ton of evidence supporting it, my favourite of which is that the same music that you encounter the legendary Pokemon with in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum is the same encounter music for Rotom.
Not only this, but in order to encounter Rotom in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum, you do need to get the National Dex. When this happens, a few more Pokemon linked to the Sinnoh region become openly available for the player to collect. These Pokemon are either evolutions of previous Pokemon, such as Rhydon into Rhyperior, or Sinnoh legendaries. So it kind of makes sense that Rotom fits somewhere into one of those two categories. Not only that, but its positioning in the Pokédex puts it right before the legendaries and just after all of the evolutions. That seems a little too coincidental, right?
Here's some interesting stuff. Rotom is only encounterable after solving a small puzzle on the old chateau, and only after defeating the Elite Four. This is reminiscent of a lot of Generation 4 legendaries, including Giratina and Regigigas. And not only is it found like a legendary, it fights like a legendary. With its new forms introduced in Platinum versions, it can easily take them on, especially in wash form.
Hopefully some of you guys remember a clip I uploaded a few days ago. It was a stream highlight where I actually randomized Soul Silver and encountered Suicune. But Suicune wasn't Suicune, it was a Rotom. In the modified version of Soul Silver, I used a randomizer to change all the Pokemon and mix them all around. And all the legendaries randomized to other legendaries, that's the box I checked. So why did Suicune randomize to Rotom? Of course, this is a third-party modification, so technically speaking, it's not really canon. But at the same time, was the randomizer's code built to select Rotom based on a certain value in his name? Is he detected as a legendary by the game's code, which is why he's selected in the randomizer?
It even makes sense within the canon of the show universe as well. For example, we know that Pokemon can gain and lose the legendary status, like Genesect and Mewtwo, who were both created by evil teams very recently within the show's timeline. But they don't actually have any legends written about them, but they're still described as legendary Pokemon. Not only that, but in the third Pokemon movie there's this book which shows off what some legendary Pokemon may look like, and the Unknown are in there. Unknown are Pokemon that we know are not legendary Pokemon. So it seems likely that within the world of the show at least, Pokemon can lose the classification of being a legendary. Perhaps they were once seen that way, but now they just don't have high enough stat totals to meet up with other legendary Pokemon. So within the world of the show, it seems that Pokemon that were once thought of as legendary Pokemon might lose that classification. Maybe they don't have high enough stat totals, for example.
So the conclusion Toby and I came up with was that Rotom was originally intended to be a legendary Pokemon from the very beginning. This explains its encounter music, this explains the means of its encounter, it explains the location of it in the Pokédex. Of course, we'd love to get your thoughts down below, so go ahead and leave a comment, because we'd love to read them all. This has been quite a short theory, but I do find it quite appropriate considering we don't really do these on the channel. But given the evidence, you can agree that it is quite interesting. And of course, like I said in the very beginning of the video, there is another theory over on Toby's channel about how Rotom could potentially be linked with Shuppet. Sounds pretty cool. So don't forget to click the link on the description or the link on screen now to go ahead and check out that theory over on his channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.